Alright, so over the weekend, Brendan Schaub and Bryan Callen made their way over to Austin to join Joe Rogan for another one of their fight companions. And I think it may have been Brendan's worst appearance on JRE to date. Like whenever Joe, Bryan, or the other guest, Matt Serra, who's a UFC veteran, had their own take on fighting, Brendan felt the need to play devil's advocate. And he basically turned the entire podcast into a 1v3 battle. For example, when Bryan mentioned that he thinks Jon Jones would beat Tom Aspinall in a theoretical fight, Brendan proceeded to get all pissy about it in defense of Aspinall.
I can see Jon taking Aspinall down.
Good luck. Very well could.
You're talking about the black belt who grew up in jiu-jitsu gyms like Matt?
He took whose dad
owned a
Cormier
jiu-jitsu
down twice.
Sure.
A two-time Olympian. That's not easy.
DC's not a black belt on the fucking ground.
Which hilariously led Joe to remind Brendan that he, of all people, would know what it's like losing to a heavyweight while on his back.
I wonder how he is off his back. I wonder if he has a good guard.
I know.
Does he have a guard?
Does he have a guard?
I would assume
a lot of big guys don't have a guard.
He's been doing jiu-jitsu in his diapers, man. You're talking about there's pictures
You'd
of him at 4
assume
years
that,
old.
but man, we've seen a lot of guys who are really good and they're on their back and they got nothing. They have no answers.
I agree, but as athletic as he is and growing up in that culture, the guard's not going to be shit.
Yeah.
It might not be, but
I don't know if he's
you know more than anybody that big guys are mostly on top.
And just to add to that hilarity, this discussion prompted Matt Serra to literally show Brendan how to get out of that very position.
Get on me, big guy.
All right.
Come here, fella. He can't stop me from getting here. But that's what you're going to do. So from this position, even if he keeps the weight on me, you see my lower body?
Yeah.
Look what I do with this leg.
Like, what are you doing? Get off the floor, man. But as you might have guessed, that wasn't the end of Brendan Schaub embarrassing himself. Like multiple times during this podcast, he disagreed with Joe on various UFC topics, and he just came off like a complete know-it-all. Like when Joe brought up his opinion on Michael Venom Page's fighting style, Brendan, of course, had to jump in and tear it down, saying that those types of fighters have no knockout power.
Yeah, but JRE is a different thing.
The style matchup, though?
It'd be very exciting. Here's the thing. On the outside, no one can touch MVP. You can't close the distance like he can.
No one.
He's got that elite point fighting style. I always said that. Like, that's going to be the next problem is point fighters. Because they got that blitz, that ability to cover the distance. It's so fast.
They don't have knockout power.
Some of them do.
Name one that does.
Wonder Boy. Wonder Boy had a point fighting style. I mean, he basically started out in karate, and then developed as a kickboxer, above-the-leg kickboxer.
But then when he got to the elite level, he wasn't knocking guys out.
But karma works in magical ways, folks, because even though Brendan desperately tried to prove that he has more fight IQ than anyone else during this whole podcast, when it came to predicting the winner of the fight between Zhang Wei Li and Tatiana Suarez, Brendan foolishly picked Tatiana. And the only reason he picked her was because she's American and Zhang Wei Li is Chinese, which for the right-wing grifter is an automatic no-no, because in Brendan's mind, China equal bad.
Okay, watch.
Brian, who's your call? Who's your call, Brian?
I'm going with China.
You're such a piece of shit.
Brendan Schaub, America.
Tatiana. American all day. You piece of communist piece of shit.
You know what? For funsies, I'm going with Zhang Wei Li because I'm right here with Brian.
Ah, yeah, baby. Come on.
Let's see what happens.
Let's go. Communists on this side, Americans on the other side. Brendan, you want to come over to my side now?
Look at her.
No, you stay strong.
We don't jump ship.
It's like going to electric cars. You'll never do it.
Brian, if she wanted to you'd be very uncomfortable that she could kill you.
Yeah, she might be my type because I'm
guys, I'm a fan of her too. I would the shit out of her.
But you're cool, 280 pounds.
You just said I'd be scared of her.
Not you,
no, me.
Brian.
I thought you were talking me.
No.
That's why I said that.
No, Brian. If Brian had...
But of course, Zhang Wei Li dominates the entire fight and ends up winning a unanimous victory.
And Tatiana getting mauled off her back was not on my...
Chinese hits, fellas.
Hanging off of it.
Damn, it's all right.
Listen, Bob, I'm
Tatiana's
sorry.
fought in like 2 years.
I'm just saying, you were all over her. You were like, she's going to choke her out in the second round.
You really were. Me and Brian were right. What's up?
So what does he do? Well, he proceeds to disagree with everything Joe says following this fight. Like when Joe brings up his opinion on UFC judging, Brendan just keeps digging himself deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
Well, here's another problem. Only 3 judges. Why? Tell me why. Are judges expensive? Get 5 judges or 6 judges. Yeah. Have a bunch of judges. Because
but they also shouldn't be cage side.
Sure, they
should.
Hard to see. As long as they have monitors. They have monitors now.
Yeah, but they can get swayed by the crowd. Like, they should be in a disclosed area. There should be 5 of them.
No,
they should be in
you want to hear the
they should be in Ukraine.
You want to hear the they should be in Ukraine. You want to hear the thuds. You want to be there while
you should be in a drone.
You want to like hear guys yelling at each other. You want to be like right there.
Get an aerial point. Kroot's got nice shots.
Because for you to say that, like, well, I should probably be doing commentary somewhere else too. But no, you want to be like right there.
No, because you're not dictating the fight.
That's true, but
if
I'm not,
but if I'm
not looking at it correct, but some of those guys do.
No, they don't. I would rather have you judge the fight.
Well, I mean, way better. Lieben is obviously going to do a great job. Ricardo Almeida is going to do a great job. There's a bunch of look. The LA card had great scoring. The LA card didn't have any egregious decisions. There was not one where everybody was like, "What the f*** is that?"
Right.
That's pretty rare.
That's rare. Because a lot of times when it's so atrocious, dude, you're talking about that dude gets half his f***ing pay, you idiots.
I know.
It's insane.
It is insane.
A tough call's rough.
And it only gets worse. Brendan gets so petty to the point that he even disagrees with Joe on his opinion of the movie Nosferatu. Like, man, at this point, he's just disagreeing for the sake of disagreeing.
I only watch documentaries, really. Like, any OJ doc, make more.
Bro, you know what's good? You know what you like? Nosferatu. Have you seen Nosferatu?
I watched it.
I
thought it was all right.
Dracula,
I listened to your recommendation.
It's a movie?
People love it, too.
The best vampire movie of all time. I just can't stand here why Brendan Schaub is disrespecting Nosferatu.
You know why? You know, because if we're going to discuss it, it's going to be a spoiler alert. How he dies in the end? Just lays down with the chick in the sun?
They had a pact. She'd give herself to him.
Bro.
Like, it doesn't even have to be about fighting anymore. He just has to be the contrarian in the room. I mean, he even takes aim at Matt Serra when Matt explains that his new hobby is virtual reality gaming, which prompts Brendan to immediately jump in to insult Matt, asking how he even has the time to play video games. And Joe and Bryan quickly jump to Matt's defense here.
I was literally just experiencing virtual reality.
Literally. That's what we were saying.
I was just playing my fucking
When I
games.
knew what you were, when I called you and I couldn't get to you, when I was inviting you to dinner, I was like, he's probably got the fucking headset on.
You got a camera in there? A camera in the fucking
All in virtual reality.
Yes, but in virtual reality, like you're loading shit.
That's you have time to do this, man, with all your jiu-jitsu.
What's that?
How do you have time to do
You make
this?
the time, bro.
Dude, I don't. First of all, I don't do shit. All I do is go to my school and I do my podcast. I'm doing my thing with Jimmy on Unfiltered. I do my new podcast, Matt Serra channel.
Of course.
And I'm in a house of women, man. Like my wife, my 3 daughters, they're watching the fucking Masked Singer or something. I could be in the room with them.
Just
insane.
you got
That's wild.
That makes sense.
I mean, it's such a weird thing for Brendan to call out. Like, what else is Matt supposed to do right now? He's retired from fighting, and he's just enjoying life. Meanwhile, Brendan's out here struggling to stay relevant. So all in all, Brendan just came off as pretty salty during this entire podcast. And one can only guess that it's because his stand-up career is basically over at this point. So now he's leaning hardcore into being a right-wing UFC expert grifter. Like, his whole thing now is that he hates electric vehicles. So much so that he even made his own company called Drive Fast All Gas. And when Joe brings this up, since he's a huge fan of Elon Musk's electric cars, Brendan seems to have a hard time doubling down and not just folding to agree with Rogan like he always does.
Let's try one of these.
What is Drive? Is that your shirt? Drive Fast All Gas? Bro, where's mine? Give me one of them bitches. Come on, Joe.
You drove me a Tesla.
I like those.
But
I like the way it looks. What does it say in the back? Anti-electric vehicle club? Oh, how dare you.
Well, no, you can drive it in your fucking
You
Super
drove
Snake.
here in an electric vehicle.
I didn't ask for that. I asked for your GT fucking Ford GT.
Your electric vehicle is something else, though. I'm a little jealous, and I'm not in the car.
But like I was telling you at dinner, my thing was I was so angry at Newsom trying to ban combustion engines.
Yeah.
I like fucking had so much anger, but now I'm moving to Austin. It's kind of leaving.
Good. Tesla's got a factory here.
I know, and there's
Get yourself
American
one.
as it gets.
I'm getting one.
Get yourself a Cybertruck and put the Fighter and the Kid logo all over it. Just drive around town like a
We
pariah.
need a revamp. Let's go, baby.
Callen drive that.
Those
I'll drive
things.
Callen
look
will drive
so
it.
I will.
odd.
You know I'll drive
I'll
it.
do that for you, Callen.
It's actually pretty hilarious to watch Brendan struggle to keep up with his own talking points. And the funniest part? Brendan's moving to Austin now, which at this point is arguably even more liberal than LA. Like, Brendan's gonna be surrounded by people who drive Teslas and eat plant-based diets while trying to push his gas-guzzling bro truck agenda. But with that being said, I'm actually pretty excited for what's in store for us when that happens. Because I think there will be many many more slip-ups and mishaps from Brendan that I'll get to share on this channel. And anyways, that's pretty much it for the video. Thank you for watching. And if you made it this far, you might as well like, subscribe, and comment what you think of the video down below.
Piss bucket. So like you take like a jug, like a gallon jug, and stick his dick in it, and put it right and screw it back on so you didn't have to get out of bed.
Get up. It was the best.
I piss in the sink.